Hello there. Well, it's September and we're going to have another go for sea trout. I've only got a couple of hours, so we'll see how we get on. The weather conditions are not too bad. We've had a lot of rain, and you can see the rain has brought the river up very nicely, and the banks are overflowing in some places. Now this is a favourite pool of mine. I've caught several sea trout over the years in this pool. Let's see how we get on today. Now, because the river is very high, it's very easy to roll cast, and roll casting is a very effective way of getting the line to go quite a long way, nice and straight, because there's always obstacles behind you somewhere. If you were wading, it's easy to roll cast as well, but if the river is a little bit lower and the banks are slightly high, it's not very easy to roll cast. So there'll be a lot of roll casting today because the water is so high. And there's the fly I'm using. It's an ordinary sea trout fly. Now I'm always hopeful, but it is September, and it's late September, and we've had a lot of rain, and the river is sort of starting to clear, so it should be good conditions. Now you can see how flooded the banks are. I've got to go fairly carefully through this because I wouldn't want to trip and fall into this water, because I really would get very wet, and it's easy to trip over the long grass. You can see how the water is clearing. It's still pretty brown, but I think a fish would see my fly quite easily. Now you've got to cast into very awkward places. There's lots of bushes, and if there's any sea trout about, they'll be underneath the banks and underneath the bushes. And of course, you really do have to walk very carefully. So I would be frightening them if I went too close to the water. Now this looks quite a likely spot. It's quite a nice bend here, and I have seen sea trout here before. And it's shaded by the trees. I thought I saw a bit of a movement over there. I may have been mistaken. It's all very exciting. With this amount of water in the river, it must have pushed some sea trout up. Though in recent years, I think they've run a bit later. Now this meadow next to the river, I've noticed that over the years it's gradually sort of regenerating into a more wild meadow. It's really quite nice to see it. It's sort of rewilding, really, I suppose, or certainly regenerating into a different sort of landscape. Now I think the river has obviously been modified in the past, and I noticed these ponds which the rain has sort of exposed. There seems to be more each year. That's a good example of where many years ago these meadows had a ribbon of streams running through them, and probably a lot more reed, but that's quite a good example of where the river was modified in the past, and this is part of where it would have run. The river would have had several courses. It wouldn't have just been in one place. Well, I'm coming to the conclusion that the sea trout haven't come up yet, and I'm pretty sure they haven't come up because you usually disturb one or two if they've come up in a bit of a shoal, and you would see the bow wave going across the river. Anyway, I'll have to try again another day. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this short video. If you did, please click a like and maybe subscribe to see another one later. Goodbye for now.